Hi guys, today I'm off to do a movie review of the comedy action legacy sequel, The Naked Gun. It's directed by Akiva Schaffer and it stars Liam Neeson, Pamela Anderson and Paul Walter Hauser. So what's the plot? Clueless detective Frank Drebin Jr. is forced back into action to stop a wild criminal plot involving stolen nuclear codes, a shady tech tycoon and total mayhem unfolding through non-stop slapstick, chaos and accidental heroics. Now, the Naked Gun franchise began with the 1988 classic The Naked Gun from the Files of Police Squad, which was directed by David Zucker and was based on the short-lived TV series Police Squad, which starred Leslie Nielsen. The film was a critical and commercial success, and it was known for its slapstick, absurdist humour and rapid-fire gags. Leslie Nielsen's deadpan portrayal of Frank Drebin was iconic and he is regarded as a comedy legend. It spawned two sequels, The Naked Gun 2.5, The Smell of Fear, which came out in 1991, and The Naked Gun 33 1/3, The Final Insult, which came out in 1994. The excitement level is very low. I have enjoyed lots of spoof movies. Ones I really love are like the Edgar Wright's Cornetto trilogy. I've really liked Tropic Thunder and Austin Powers, Police Academy. Those ones I have more nostalgia for, Johnny English as well. So obviously I do like a lot of these films, but there's also a lot of them that I don't like or I actively avoid. Take for example the Scary Movie franchise. I have seen a few of those. I did laugh occasionally. Some parts of it is funny, but overall once it gets a little way through it, I get really bored and I switch off. And when I was growing up, Naked Gun used to always be on. I'd catch little clips of it, but it was never something that appealed to me. So obviously I've never watched these through. In preparation for this movie, I have sought out a lot of YouTube clips to see, would I actually laugh at some of those old gags and stuff like that? And I did laugh in places, but again, I think it's just not something that's really for me. I don't know what it is, because like I said, I do like some movie spoofs. I think for this one, maybe it goes a little too over the top. I don't know, because like I said, I like things like Tropic Thunder, which were very over the top. I did watch the trailer for the new movie and I probably laughed once or twice, which probably means I'm not going to enjoy this film. Who knows, this film may surprise me. Just scanned my ticket, just about to go in and watch the movie. Guys, if you do like the content, do press the like and subscribe button, it's really appreciated. So now I'm going to go in and I'll let you know my thoughts after the screening. Okay, so the movie has just finished, so I'm going to go over the highlights and the hang-ups. Now, just before I get into the highlights, I'm just going to say right from the top that I actively hated this movie, and I'll get into why. Normally, I would sort of just save it to the end as to exactly how I feel about this film, but there's no way I can really hide it through as I say stuff about this film. So first thing we're going to go over is the highlights. And I'm already struggling to think of things I could say about this movie. I guess it had a high production value. The cinematography in it was quite good, had good lighting, a polished look. Occasionally a gag landed. The infrared scene where the guy's spying on him and Liam Neeson and Pamela Anderson's characters are in a house. The guy who's watching through the heat vision scope is seeing something very different as to what's going on, and they keep going with that gag. And that bit was quite funny. And probably the only other positive I could give this is it was a shorter runtime. It came in at 1 hour and 25 minutes, probably the shortest film I've seen this year. So let's go into hang-ups. Liam Neeson is horribly miscast in this film. The script felt like it was actually written for the original guy, but every time Liam Neeson says it, it just does not land. Liam Neeson tries deadpan, but it just comes across as uncomfortable and very forced. And he 100% lacks the comedic rhythm that Leslie Nielsen had. While watching this, I was reminded of when I was reviewing the Superman films. When I reviewed Superman Returns with the original 78 film, and you had Brandon Routh trying to do what Christopher Reeve did when it came to Clark Kent, and it just came off as a parody. It just came off as a cover band, I think I said in that review. And this is exactly the same thing. It's Liam Neeson trying to do what that guy did, and he just doesn't have the comedic bones for it. I do like Liam Neeson, and I like him in those different roles, and I know he wanted to try something a bit different, but unfortunately this did not work for me with him in this role. The jokes in this film are really stale, boring, very simple. I mean, To give you an example of the gags, when someone says, take a chair, and then another person actually takes that chair out of the room, and they did that gag twice, it's moronic, it's stupid. I know that's what it's supposed to be, but I just don't find that sort of humour funny. I found the supporting cast rather weak. Paul Walter Hauser, I've seen him in things like Cobra Kai and Fantastic Four, and when he shows up in those, the longer he's on screen, I did not like him. But knowing that he's that type of actor, I felt for a spoof movie like this would be his A game. And strangely, they don't use his strengths in this film. He plays a straight man and he's very forgettable. I thought Pamela Anderson was quite good in this film. I feel like she could have probably stuck her in one of the original films and she would have just been perfect for it. But because her and Liam Neeson don't have any chemistry, anytime that she has to be funny and it's met with one of Liam Neeson's replies, it just doesn't land. Just to add to the long list of things I didn't like about this film, the plot, I thought it would at least have played more into like the world of the cops. It was more about someone has a device that sets off a signal that drives everybody crazy and kills each other, thus destroying society. And then the bad guys are supposed to hole up in a bunker and then come out of it, and there's a new world before them. I felt like you could have had a story that played much more into police officers' lives, and then there could have been a lot of jokes that would have come off that. Instead, we got what we got. The problem for me with a comedy, I hate to call this comedy, but for a comedy like this, is it tries way too hard to be funny. It's like someone listening to, like if you liked a knock knock joke, which is a very simple joke, and then someone rounds that off with another 11 knock knock jokes. That's where this film lies. It's a very low bar for laughs. Final rating. Well, I think it's quite obvious. I absolutely hated this film. I've already seen some stinkers this year, but this one is the absolute lowest. And I think the reason is because I knew I already wasn't going to like this type of film, but because Liam Neeson is cast in it, anytime it has to, like if you had the original guy in it, I think I would have just laughed a bit more, because I can hear the script there is made for that guy, and it's just Liam Neeson's delivery. I'm going to give the 2025 version of The Naked Gun 0 out of 5 stars. It's that bad. I will never watch it again. I don't recommend it to anybody, even though I know a lot of people like this film. That is just baffling to me. Guys, I want to thank you again for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, which is probably unlikely. People are probably pressing the unsubscribe and dislike button as we speak. But I'll always just give you my honest opinions on a film. Thank you again for watching. I'll see you in the next video.